Merry meet everybody and welcome to our show tonight. So I am Willow and I've got my beautiful sister Drew here with us as well. So tonight we're just doing a get together and a getting to know us a little bit and things like that, guys. So we're really just going to be filling you in with like what we're into, how we met, the things that we do online, our plans for the future, and talking about our new shows that we've got starting next week. But before we do that, we're going to let Sister Drew introduce herself. And she's also got something really cool to show you all as well. So over to you, sis.
Hi everybody, welcome to what will be the Thursday show, talking about paranormal, maybe interviewing some guests and things. But tonight we are going to reintroduce ourselves to everybody because we've got new followers and people maybe be wondering how we got started into this path. So yeah, my name is Andrina. My friends do call me Drew. I am a spiritual advisor and a paranormal educator. I use nature's gifts to help people around the world through talking to them, through the tarot, the oracle. Also, we do some private spell work, private prayers and things. But you'll get to know all that, guys, as we talk tonight. So welcome to the room.
Yes, and don't you have a birthday present you wanted to show the guys in the room?
So it was my birthday yesterday, and when I was
Kerry!
in Wales, my beautiful sister Kerry got me.
Kerry's in the room. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Kerry's here. Whoop whoop. We thought she had fell asleep on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kerry got me a drum, guys. Look
It's
at that.
beautiful, isn't it?
And it is Waltons, who have been running since 1992. So this is called a Bodin drum, and you play it with the little drum. I don't know what you call it. Drummer,
The
but
little, the little beater, guys.
yeah, the little beater. So the beater has got a little thing in the middle, so you can balance your fingers, and you do it that way.
Yes, put some love arts or something in the room. Show us some love arts for Drew for her birthday yesterday, guys. Please wish our sister a happy birthday. She's a special lady.
Sister Sherry did get me a gift as well, guys, but I can't show that on camera.
Yeah, and I got her some other gifts for Christmas
She
as
got me
well,
other
which are
gifts as
witchy
well.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the gift that she got for her birthday you cannot see.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
But we also made.
Wow. 54 people. Please like and please put yourself out there, guys. 54
Welcome to the
people
room,
in the room.
everybody. Yeah, so we also, what we done was we birthed our own beater as well when we were at Wales on Friday night in Beltane. So what we had done was we had picked one of the sticks that Sister Kerry had, and I picked mine with a handle. We also made friendship bracelets as well, the three of us. So we're going to tie that to the beater. Yeah, so we made these guys, and it's
Yes,
actually
you can't eat the stick.
Indies fur in it. Yeah, it's got a kuna and Indies fur in it.
Yeah, it has. It's got both of their fur in it, so it's a really special beater. Dash keeps trying to eat it. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think probably can smell their fur in it as well.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely smell the dog.
So
yeah, Sparkle had a little sniff as well. So yeah, guys,
hey,
and also
Christine 67.
Welcome in,
Is that our sister Christine?
Welcome in.
Hello, Christine. Sis, bloody hell.
Jeez, you're all coming in tonight. It's so good to see you all here.
We've got
remember all the people that is new to the room, guys. Welcome in, settle in, and you will get to hear our story, how we started in witchcraft, how we started in paranormal, how I nearly had a nervous breakdown, and witchcraft saved my life, basically. So yeah, we'll start to talk about all of that. So yeah, but welcome to the room, everybody. I hope you all get to know each other in the chat. Remember and say hello to each other as well. And share your
quickly, if we just say hello to the people that are in the room. So we've got brother MCAT, hello. We've got sister Mystical. We have got Christine. How are you, my darling? It's really good to see you in here. We have got Emily Scheme. That's a new person. We've got Stephen. We've got Scott. We've got Sister Kerry.
Welcome in, everybody. I don't know why I'm having trouble seeing the chat. Right.
Whispers of Willow. That's me. We've got Drew in here. So our channels are here. So if you're wanting to follow us and you are new, guys, you can go to Whispers of Willow, which is my channel, or you can go to Drew's Paranormal Vlog, which is Drew's channel, okay? And this is how you can get hold of us or message us if you need any advice or anything like that. Obviously I will be putting my email because for the interviewing shows and stuff like that, which we're going to be talking about in a little while, I think it'd be better for you to email me and email any of the stuff you might want to bring onto the show for content as well, so that we've got
Yeah.
it there. But we'll get into that detail. I think the first thing we both want to do is actually just talk to you guys about how we got to where we're getting first. Show stuff, what we're going to be doing with the shows we'll do at the end, and I'll show you the intro videos that have been made for it, all of them as well.
Yes, for
So
sure.
let's get started then. First, really happy to see all of you in here, and it's really good to see such a supportive network. It's really good to be back online. We have missed all of you guys. We are trying our best to get back in a routine. We have just got back from Wales from seeing Sister Kerry, and we had an amazing
Love it.
few days with her. We had about 5 days, maybe a week with her, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Sister Drew?
beautiful place. Love Wales. Wales is like a new home from home for me. It's so peaceful. Sister Sherry's house is peaceful as well, and Kerry's house is peaceful. Also, the sound of the beach and being able to go to the beach and just give everything to the sea, all the struggles that we have in our daily life. It's good to just take that to the ocean and give it to the ocean. Also, it's very healing when you are with your witchy sisters because we all think in the same wavelength. So there's not nothing that none of us want to do. An idea pops into our head and we all get excited to do it. So it's a great spending time with people like
Oh, we do,
ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah. And the healing that the sea
And
offers is just amazing.
and we have a really close relationship, so that's why me and Drew do a lot of stuff together. Sometimes we do stuff with Sister Mystical as well, which is the Tunnel Family Happenings that's in the room as well. Now she's another person. She doesn't like being called a witch, even though she is one. She is a spiritual
Spiritual.
practitioner. She's spiritual, and she just has those wacky witchy ways about her, okay? But she don't like to be called a witch, but she is awesome. I am going to get you for that, sis, again.
Yes, you're right.
We have a beautiful clan that we're part of, that Sister Drew set up, and all of the sisters that we're really close to, we sit in there with them, and we talk about things, we talk about ideas and plans, and we do prayers when we know people are in need. We do prayers for each other, spells for each other. It's a really good network, and we like to carry that into our community on here as well. And it's been like that since we've been on here. Now I've been on here nearly 11 years, and I have always been the way that I am. I have never changed. I have never been any different. I've always been me. Yes, I might have took some paths and took some wrong footsteps a few times, but to me that it wasn't wrong. It's a place of lesson. Like when
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, do you feel you failed?" No, I've never failed, because nothing that we do is a failure. It's a lesson to be able to be greater and to be who we're meant to be. So it's really
Yeah, it was
important
all to
to
reach. It
understand
was all to make us reach to where we are just now. I feel as if all the
that.
things
Yeah.
that we've done in the past was to iron out some of the wrinkles that we would have had starting again just now. But we've already done all that, so we're clear path to start doing what we want to do, which we will get
Yeah,
into
and
now.
it's an interesting thing. It is an interesting thing being who we are, and we're not just busy on here, but we're busy in life as well. We've got usual everyday life. Sister Drew works. I've got my family life I have to look after. We have people on the outside that come to us for help and support as well. I do that quite a lot. Along with studying, I'm studying to do my Reiki and stuff as well. So I'm going to officially becoming a Reiki healer and teacher. So that's going to be something coming up this
Which
year.
is good.
That's going to be
Yeah,
starting. So
yeah,
it's been a long process, and we've been away for a while on and off because we've had like personal things going on. We've been feeling a bit drained and stuff like that. We needed to look after ourselves, our our divine energy stepped in and kind of put a bar over all of us so that we didn't do anything for a little while. We
Yes.
needed to take some us time, because me and Drew and the sisters, we are constantly working to help others, constantly, and we're not really thinking about our own well-being sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was much needed, and this holiday to Wales was much needed to see
Yes.
Sis as well. So
Helped us
it was
cleanse our
amazing.
energy to start again, which is great timing for the
Oh
new
yeah,
shows going. Yeah. So do
and
you
it
want to sit?
is like
On you go. It's okay.
come on, Sis,
No, it's okay. On you
go
go.
on.
I was just going to
Like,
say
like
to see how we started, but it's okay if you're still speaking.
yeah, no, we'll do that in a minute. So yeah, like obviously going to Kerry's, my experience going to Kerry's was absolutely amazing. It was my first time going. I've always had that connection to Wales and to Scotland. Scotland I haven't been to yet, but I have got family
You
lines
go.
way back that are linked to these places. So I do have that blood in me. So it did feel like stepping on my own hometown and my own plane going there. Even though I do need to understand their languages a little bit better. Sometimes some of the stuff they say I got to get a bit like, huh? But yeah, it is really cool. And her garden is
Now,
absolutely amazing, and her house. Yeah,
oh,
my
yeah.
house is calm and beautiful, but Kerry's is right there with my one. And she's got the beach and the sea. If I had the sea and everything here, my place would be perfect. But I don't, so I have to go further out to go and see that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You take your own place for granted, though. You don't realise how beautiful your hometown is and how healing certain places are in your hometown because it's your hometown and you've been brought up there, so you don't always recognise it, which is just the way it is.
yeah, it is. And you do take your place for granted. You do take where you live for granted because you live around it all the time. So
Yeah.
when you go away and you meet another place, when you come back, it makes you appreciate your place you live in even more. And I have got a beautiful area. I've got a beautiful fairy woodlands that I absolutely love and adore, and it does the same techniques as Sister Kerry's garden and the sea. It heals you, it makes you feel connected, but it also helps you to connect with other energy in that as well, just like the
Yeah.
sea and everything. And when we done Beltane this week on the beach, oh, the
And we had
energy
such
was
a laugh.
absolutely amazing.
Honestly, we had such a laugh as well because the wind and the rain was against us, and we had built a little tent on the beach and tried to do a fire, and it was just so fun. We laughed and laughed and laughed. Nearly peed ourselves a couple of times.
I wouldn't say that we were sitting in the tent. We were more like we were holding the
And then
tent up with our
hanging out.
heads and everything because it was going backwards, forwards. So,
It
like,
was so
yeah,
oh, and we
but
had
we
a scary experience. Well, it wasn't really a scary experience, but it was a paranormal experience.
yeah,
So we had walked up the beach pretty far from where we usually sit when we're at Sister Kerry's. We had went right away up around. So on the way back, it was pitch black. I think it was after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock maybe. So the beach was so quiet and there was nothing around, but there was something kept whistling, and it was a whistling a tune like do 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 do. I don't know, but we had it started, I think, with Sister Kerry singing "Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream," just having a laugh walking home, and then we heard the whistling, and before you know it, the whistling was making us a tune. So it did it all the way up to where we had to walk off the beach. But it wasn't a bad experience. It wasn't scary or anything. What we picked up from it was as if it was an old sailor, an old guardian of the beach that maybe protects,
yeah,
especially ladies walking at night, just so that you don't veer into the sea or veer a wrong path or whatever. It was felt
yeah.
very protective. Yeah,
We just felt that he was trying to guide us off the beach.
yeah. Yeah, he was definitely trying to guide us off the beach so we got off safe. And I got Sister Kerry to draw a line in the sand as well and just
Yeah,
to saying thank you to him and to remain there and things. But yeah, it definitely felt a protective energy. Always whistling the same tune. And it was so funny because Kerry and I had the tune to a T. Then the minute we stepped off the beach, walked into Kerry's house, we couldn't remember the tune. So, were we not meant to remember the tune? Was it just a tune of protection?
Yeah, no, it had gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so weird because we had it like do. I can't even remember it to this day, guys, honestly. But it was a good wee tune to remember.
Yeah.
Terry's also commenting. Let me see if
it was amazing.
Yeah, very protective feeling.
Hello, pups.
Hi, Uncle Dana. Right, let's put Kerry's up. Like a sea shanty, yeah.
We are lagging a little bit, guys. I am not talking over Drew, but there is a lag.
Yeah.
Right, so maybe we should get on to how we met, how we become who we are, and where it came from. So I'm going to let Mr. Drew speak first. Thank you for the beer.
Thank you, Stephen.
I'm going to let Sister Drew start with her stories and what happened with her, and then I'll say about what happened with me, and then we'll talk about how we met and how we've become who we are today. So over to you, sis.
Okie dokie, let's start from the beginning. Right, okay, so when I was a young kid, my mum always told us creepy stories. She always, and this is, remember, so me telling this story, guys, has took me a few years to place it all together about how I started. So I'm really telling you the story from my perspective all these years down the line to how I got started. And the reasons that I feel is the reasons I got started into it. So way back years ago when we were all kids, my mum used to always tell us creepy stories. And I used to always love being scared. So she'd start the stories like, it was a dark and stormy night. 3 men sat by a fire. We always sat in the living room as kids. So my mum would sit and tell us stories before we go to bed on Friday nights. And we were always like, oh, please tell us a creepy story. Please tell us a creepy story. And along with that, and my big brother scaring me going up the stairs and always feeling as if there was a spirit at the top of the stairs and things. But I was never really scared. I was more intrigued and nosy to see, is this real? Is it really something that you're feeling? So years and years later, as you do, you grow up. And then years and years later, all the paranormal shows and things started on the television. And obviously I followed them religiously, watched them. All the different ones, the ones that's fake and things as well. But I always loved to watch them and follow their story. And then obviously YouTube and things started. So, and I watched all the creepy films as well. So YouTube and things started when the internet started. And from that, I started watching a few YouTubers. So you had Haunted Finders, you had the Paranormal Nightmare, you had... What else did you have? You had all the usual suspects. But apart from that, the shows on the television, I'd watched them, like the Most Haunted. I started off with that, to my sins I did. And then we had the other ones. The really one that I liked was the one with the boy. What was it called? Paranormal something. I can't remember, but there was a lot of them, guys, when we were in the 80s, 90s. There was a few of them. So I followed all of them, and then YouTube came out, started following Haunted Finders and things. And Tom and his family are so down to earth that it got to the point I was sitting watching. I was saying, if they can do it, I can do it. So I started to buy the usual the recorder and things like that, and nothing really worked. And then, bearing in mind, guys, all this, I'm missing out a huge part of this, guys, to be honest. So I've been a drug addict in my life. So a lot of people will know that, a lot of people won't. So during all this time, I was still dabbling with drugs, and I was still trying to find my way, if you like, in the world. I'd been homeless. All the partners before had beat me up. So I wasn't in a good place, guys. Willie's the only partner I've been with that's never put his hands on me, to be truthful. So I had all that. I was still going through a lot of trauma in my life, trying to place a lot of things together in living paranormal. And my son-in-law, he used to love the paranormal as well, Billy. So all the apps started to come out, like the Ouija board app and different ones that you could use to just kind of play around with the paranormal. So Billy and I used to do the Ouija board one, and it would say things like a big dagger, and he would say, "Oh, I used a big dagger last night for this or that." So a lot of things was placed together. We loved it. We thought it was fun. It's fake, though, obviously. But then Billy all of a sudden died. He took a brain aneurysm and actually passed away. So during that time, my daughter and my grandson moved back in here. They were only meant to stay a couple of weeks till they get on top of the funeral and things, but they ended up staying here for a couple of months, and then my mum's after that. So during that time, I had felt devastated. I thought, oh God, my daughter's here, my grandson's here, I've got my son, I need to change my life. I need to stop dabbling, I need to stop hanging around with the wrong people, I need to get my life back on track. And I'd stayed off things for a few weeks, and I was really in a bad place. I didn't know what way to turn, and obviously I was no well and things like that. So I had been in my toilet just one of the nights I couldn't sleep, and I was really in despair. I was like, please, if there's something out there, just please help me. Just show me the way to a better life and a positive life. And I had seen something in my vision, my provisional vision, standing in my shower. And when I turned round, I seen it was what I know now was Santa Marta, but at the time I didn't. I thought it was actually the Grim Reaper. And all of a sudden, the fear was there, and then all of a sudden she smiled, and just instantly something in me changed. I knew that I had crossed a line and everything was going to be okay. I just had this feeling everything was going to be all right. And I'd went to my bed, I managed to sleep, I got up the next day, and I started to research what I saw. I thought, what did I see? Was it the Grim Reaper? Am I going to die? And slowly but slowly, I started to research that it was an entity called Santa Marta, who is the female death. She's from the Murtos family in Mexico, who was a family of, there was a big family of Mexicans who, because in the olden days people couldn't afford to bury their dead, they dedicated their life to going around Mexico and saying prayers for people that was dying. They buried all the dead that had already died that people couldn't afford to bury. Did a lot of things like that. So they gained like a kind of sainthood in the afterlife. The only one that didn't get a sainthood was Santa Marta, who was the female of the family. She didn't get a sainthood, but I do feel now, through time, she has got it on the spiritual realms. So I did all that, and I started to research, like, okay, so she's obviously contacted me. How can I contact her? How can I tell her thank you? And how can I pay homage to the fact that I feel as if she's changed my life? So I started to research how I could meditate and think. No, that's not true. At the same time, I was still trying to talk on the spirit box and things. I wanted to talk to Billy and see what happened. So the recorder wasn't working, guys. The spirit box wasn't working. I even bought a Ouija board and it wouldn't work. So I was doing all that at the same time, trying to find answers. So I started to research how I could communicate with the dead. And through all that, I found out that you have to lower your vibration to a level where when you're meditating, that you can communicate with the other entities on the other side. Also realize that you have to raise your vibration a lot of the times as well to reach other entities and things. So I figured all that out, but still nothing would work for me. So I started to kind of say prayers and just kind of light candles and things, and I researched it online, and I realised that it was witchcraft I was actually doing, and that to communicate with the spirits I would have to maybe add herbs, buy crystals and things. So it got to a stage where I wasn't meditating as such, I was more daydreaming, but I knew how to do it. I knew how to lower my vibration enough that I could hear them, I could feel the energies around me. So I started to do all that, and through doing that, I started to realise that I could go higher, I could actually start healing myself and could help other people. So I started to research how to do witchcraft. Through doing that, I set up an altar to Santa Marta. I also included some of my ancestors on there, so I felt protected. I started to hook up with people on YouTube. Started to film a lot of it that I didn't ever put out on YouTube as well, like little spirit box sessions and things that I did in my living room. And slowly but slowly, I started to hear voices on the recorder, on the spirit box, and I realised that it was my big cousin Stephen, who also had passed away maybe a couple of years before I started dabbling. And then through time, I did eventually hear Billy. So through all of that, I started to do paranormal, go out ghost hunting. We'd met a team, we'd met a couple of people to take us out. We'd went paranormal investigating. I started to buy witchy boxes, which is a witchy sub box that started to give you all the different tools and spells and things that you needed to start up. And then that got to a point that nothing was useful in the witchy box anymore. So I just started to make my own items and set up a bigger altar and added Hecate to the altar. Actually, started off where I did a dedication to Bridget, and then Bridget worked with me for a couple of months, and then I feel as if she passed me over to Hecate. I feel as if Hecate and me are more suited because Hecate, I need somebody stern or I won't do what I need to do. So I needed Hecate behind me to give me the kick up the butt when I need it, because she will kick you up the butt.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, through all that, I was asked to start sharing my witchcraft online, and I didn't want to do it. I really didn't. I wanted to keep my witchcraft to myself and not tell anybody in the world about it. So I built up the courage to start talking about it, guys. And then I met Uncle Danny, and through Uncle Danny, I met Sherry. And I met Sherry and Uncle Danny, it just totally took off.
Willow. But yeah,
Yeah.
Sherry's my
So,
name.
yeah, but that's how I got started, guys. I really did. I nearly took a nervous breakdown. I needed something to help me to control my life. My life was spiraling in all different directions, and I didn't know how to rein it all back in and control it. So yeah, through that, the spirits actually put me in touch with Santa Marta, and I still work with Santa Marta, but she's not as prominent in my life now as Hecate. I feel as if Santa Marta only comes to me now when maybe somebody passes away, and I feel as if I maybe need to make sure they go to the other side and things. So yeah, but it's been a really interesting journey, guys. So yeah, and if you want to ask any questions, you just can at the end, okay? But I will pass you to my beautiful sister Willow.
So yeah, obviously online and things like that, guys. Willow is my name. Please do not say my name. It's Willow, which is there. Okay, but yeah, those that know me personally know my real name. It's just I'm starting to get to that point now that I'm in my element, I'm in my prime, and my spiritual name is Willow. My name chosen by the spirits and by the divine is Willow. So that is the name that I go by, apart from when I'm in public and people know me to the other name. Okay, and because I've got so many deities and energies and stuff around me that I have to be careful with revealing my name to certain deities and stuff that I work with. Okay, some of them know my name, but that's through years and years of connection and communication and building trust with them. So for me, I'm a lot like Sister Drew when it comes to doing card readings. I am a paranormal influencer, an investigator. I am a spiritual influencer, and I do work on a daily basis to help people, whether that's through spell work and doing magic or just talking to you, giving you some advice. This is the work that I do. The paranormal is my passion and my love, and my witchcraft is my livelihood. It's my everyday life. Okay, this is me 24/7, 7 days a week, 12 months of the year. I do not switch on and switch off and decide when I'm going to be a witch and when I'm not going to be a witch like some people do. I am very much that all the time. My home speaks that. You see that when you come into my home. So for me, my spirituality is really important. And my spirituality and who I am started out from a really young age. Okay, so I started seeing spirits and experiencing other energies and deities in my life when I was 5 years old, probably younger than that, but I don't remember. I only remember up to 5 years old. But I do remember stories that my godmom and my mother would say to me about how I would walk to things that weren't there, would react to somebody that wasn't in the room that nobody could see, and things like that. My heritage and what I am is actually in my family line. There has been witches back in the family, and my mum herself was a witch, but she didn't practice it in my life growing up. This was before I was conceived, and through me being conceived was a really weird story because she was living up where she lived with foster family, and she was unaware that she was pregnant at the time. But she'd gone to these three witches because she'd had an experience where she had been out with one of her partners, and they decided to do a Ouija board, and something really, really negative happened to my mum, and it scared the living daylights out of her, and she was possessed and took over, and her boyfriend had to pray over her to get her out of that situation. Now, she was a witch and he was a form of witch as well. And after that experience, she decided that her being in the witchcraft and being part of the witchcraft was something she weren't going to continue to do. She had reading cards and tarot cards and fortune telling cards and stuff like that, and she kept hold of them. But with me growing up, she never ever told me it wasn't real, the paranormal or the things that I experienced, and she never said that it was real. She said that it was up to me to believe what I wanted to believe. Deep down, she knew the reasons I would ask these things because she knew I was having experiences, because she was like me. She just didn't let on like that. So I just remember being 5 years old and having experiences where I would see spirits coming in my home. I wouldn't know that they were spirits at the time, and they did used to really scare me. And I also used to get visits from the fae folk. Now, you can laugh and go, oh my God, this woman's crazy, whatever. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you, the fae folk exist. They are real. I have got evidence on my channel. Anything I put out on my channel is not messed with or faked. It's all real. Anything I've shown you is my footage that I've caught. And I did catch my fairy Primrose on a live stream at a graveyard. Okay. And this little lady
He
I
likes to
have
show
had
off
with me since
Primrose.
I was
Yeah.
5 years old. And, you know, growing up, having those experiences and things like that, it was a really scary situation. But over time, through the work and the help of my spirit guide and my protector Aura, which is a fire elemental, and through the help and guidance of my grandmother, that I didn't know was my grandmother at the time, was my mum's foster mother. She had passed over, and she came and introduced herself to me as somebody else. And with being a tiny baby, I wouldn't have remembered her. But she learnt me to connect to nature. She learnt me how to understand my witch ways, because I would have these experiences. I would see things, feel things, I would hear things to a certain extent. Hearing them is not my strongest point. It's more the seeing, picking up, sensing, but I do hear to an extent. And when it comes to talking to my deities and stuff, I hear them all times. Any of my deities, any of my spirits or energies that I work with, I hear them completely. I can communicate and connect with trees and plants and flowers and things like that. And I was able to do that from a really young age. I just didn't really understand what I was doing until I got to an age where my grandmother on the other side and Aura and other energies decided it was my time to learn. So that's when I started to become more connected to nature, started to hear more, sense more. I seemed to just know things that I wouldn't know because nobody had ever educated me or taught me about this stuff. It was just coming to me naturally, which is a really amazing thing because it just shows my past lives that I've been a witch several times in my life. And a lot of my lives that I've had in the past have been spiritual in one way or form. Okay, so when I started to accept the spirits, they learned me to not fear these other spirits. I started to open to them. At first, as a child, it's really scary when you're seeing people coming to you in their death state. I had a man that would turn up to me with half of his face missing from where he had had a car accident, and he didn't have half a face, and that would be really scary for a kid to see. But over time and becoming open to them, understanding them, I didn't see those fatalities in them anymore. I see them as just normal people. I didn't see the injuries. I didn't see things like that. Even though they were there and I would be able to witness that they had injury, it wouldn't phase me, is what I mean. It didn't scare me anymore. Um, the fairies, my fae folk, they're another story altogether, really, to be honest, because I started experiencing them around the same times as I experienced the spirits and stuff like that. And they just really, really scared me, the fae. And it took a lot of persuasion from them for me to accept them in my life. So they would come to my window and I would scream at them, tell them to get out of my window, get out of my house. They would scare me. My mum, in the end, would have to lock my window up and keep it shut every night because I was so scared of them coming in. It didn't stop them coming in, but they didn't come in because they didn't want to scare me. And it was only because my grandmother on the other side said, look, don't be scared of them, they're friends, and there's things that they know about you, there's things they want you to know about yourself when you grow up, but you need to be able to know them and build a friendship. So I tried again, screamed at them, they flew away. I thought I'd lost my chance to be able to put that right with them, but they did come back the next night. And I got the bravery to get up off my bed, walk to the window, and I sat on my toy box and I was looking out the window and I could just see these little people with wings, and I was like, they didn't look like Tinkerbell. They looked completely the opposite to Tinkerbell. Like some of them look in human form and look like little people. Others, they look more like the nature forms, okay? Like leaves, plants coming out of their heads and things like that, twiggy type energy. There's so many different types of fae, okay? And I started to open up to them. And I remember them just being at that window and I'm sitting there and I opened the window because they were pointing at the cake that I'd put onto the windowsill. I put it on the windowsill and they were pointing saying they wanted the cake. So I got brave and I opened the window and I allowed them to come in, and they come and sat on the windowsill and I broke the cake in half and gave them both over to them. And they gave me part of that back and said, this is for you. This is to us to show you our respect as well and for allowing us to come in. From that day, me and the Fae built really strong relationships. We would go to nature. I would learn things from them. I'd learn how to connect with the trees and the plants more. I'd learn about what they used to do in nature and why they're so important to nature. Over that as well, I did come to find that I do have a fairy type blood in me as well, and that in other lives I have actually been part of the Fae folk realm, which is why part of the Fae folk are here. Some of them are estreliated and have said that I am a type of family member to them. Okay, so in this life, obviously being human, having a human mum, it's a completely different thing. So even though they know my energy, they know my soul, they know who I am, they know that I'm connected to them, they have to work with me in a different way because I am in human form. Okay, I'm a fairy in human form. And I've had to take a different life to be here and be who I am. So this probably explains why I've really found it really hard in life to be connected to this realm. Okay, I find it really hard to fit in to planet Earth. I find it really hard to mingle with other people that are not like me. um I've never found that anything really in life has gone right for me apart from my spirituality and my wackiness, as people would say. Okay, so that's always been my love. And yes, over time I've become a mum, I've had other things in life happen. I would sway back and forth a little bit, not really know if I was coming or going, but my faith in them was always apparent. The spirits, the fae folk, the divine, all of that. But it wasn't until I had a horrible experience where my son was taken away from me by social services through something that was not my fault. Okay, I went into a really dark place, and this is when it really tested my relationship between me and my divine. Okay, I was in a really, really bad place. I didn't know if I was coming and going, and I tried to commit suicide several times. On the second occasion, an attempt of trying to commit suicide, my spirit aura, my guardian and my protector, stepped in and used my son's voice for me to come out of the water because I was trying to drown myself. Okay, and she illustrated my son's voice calling me, saying mummy. And I remember flying up out the water, and she was just stood there, and I looked at her. She goes, I had to do it because you was too far gone. From that day, it shook me up and it made me realize just how broke I was and how much I needed help. And I really worked with professionals which in the end I come to realize that working with professionals don't get you anywhere. You've got to have the power and the strength in yourself, and you've got to believe that you can make yourself better. So with their help and with my spiritual side and my divine and all that, which are the ones that really got me through this, they supported me through my darkness. They supported me through shadow work. They supported me through so much in life. It's actually making my eyes well up talking about it, but they saved me several times. Okay. And I've had so many experiences and so many things with them that I could never turn around and say that what I experience is not real, because it is real and it saved me every single time. And through doing that, my love and passion to get into doing my investigating, to show and to share what I experience every day of my life with other people was my aim. My aim was to help these poor tortured souls that were lost and broken and needed help, whether this was living or them past. This was my aim, and this is what I have always been dedicated to. So through doing that, I come onto YouTube. I met and watched several channels online. I did come in the end to realize that I really didn't enjoy watching other people apart from the people that I'm most closest to. Okay. I wanted to just do things for myself. I would watch things on TV, but then that wouldn't become interesting to me anymore either. I just felt that I could do better than that. So I done all of my paranormal. I set my team up. I trained my team, and we went out and started doing investigations. I started doing things on YouTube, and I met a few teams. I had some good experiences with some of them and not so good with some others. And then through that, I met my pups, which inspired me and lifted me and really helped me to come out in out of my shell, and really helped me to be confident in what I do and who I am. And I met Sister Drew, and then I met some of the other sisters like Rochelle and Kerry and Phoenix, and so many people, Brother Lou, you know, just so many energy, so many people that I met, and we formed this massive community of spiritual people on different paths of life. Now, I am somebody that believes in shaman work, but I am a witch. I do believe in shaman work, and I do have shaman traits as well. Um, I am very much a very strong believer in nature. I work very strongly with nature and with Mother Earth and Mother Nature. Um, I do a lot of things, but all of my work and what I do resolves around my spirituality, resolves around me wanting to help others, whether that's them that are living and that are here today, like yourselves, or that is the spirits on the other side. This is my passion. But, you know, in time and through the experiences and being online and going through the good and the bad times, it's really helped me to establish my true path and my true way, and having some amazing people in my life to help me along the way, as I've helped them as well. So, you know, this community just brought us all together and built us to be stronger, and really helped us to get onto our paths. And our paths are supposed to be together. Me and Sister Drew are supposed to work together. We're supposed to do this. This is something we have swayed away several times from, and we have always had our heads clash back together and like, no, you're not supposed to be apart. You're supposed to be together. And this is the divine's work.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my story. So yeah, a gifted child that has turned into a weirdo.
You're not a weirdo. Definitely not. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think that a lot of us that's in this path has
I'm
struggled with
joking,
some
guys.
sort of thing or another, because I feel as if doing this
We all
type
have
of work, you've got to really have had some sort of trauma in your life, or had a different life that you've came over. You know, it's so weird because I feel as if a lot of us have got the same struggle, but different experiences of that struggle, if you know what I'm
different
trying to say.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, well,
yeah.
after I met Uncle Danny,
Hey,
guys,
Sharon.
I welcome in everybody. There's a
Oh
few
God,
people in the
living history
yes,
mysteries. Is
yes,
that
Drew.
Drew?
Yes,
Hello,
Drew.
Drew.
Welcome in. Yeah.
Oh
So we
wow. Hello.
met some ama-
How
we've
are you,
met some
brother?
ama- we've met some
But yeah,
amazing people on
I
that.
do agree with Sister Drew. I think most of the people that walk these witchcraft paths, these
I don't know if Sherry's stuck for you as well, guys. If you can hear us, sis, maybe going back out and back in. Yeah, she's froze. See if she sees it. Yeah, I do feel as if a lot of us are in a space where we're not as yeah, it's the internet. It's not. See, I think, as I said, I think a lot of us have been through some sort of trauma, has been looking for something to help us. As with me, I just wanted to be able to wake up every day and not hurt physically, emotionally, and no knowing what to do in my life. I was calling out to something to help guide me. But I realised that through doing this type of thing, your tarot, your oracles, doing your prayers every day, your affirmations to help you progress, that you do finally find a path through. But it is dedication as well. You've got to remember the spirits that's helped you, the deities that's helped you, and give them some sort of thank you, because remember, everything is energy. So they're using their energy on the other side to help manifest things, put things in front of your path to help you in your daily path. So in order to do that, you do have to show gratitude for them. And don't usually ask for anything for yourself either. So what you would typically do is ask for a better way, a better outcome of your actions, help to make right choices. When you start up, it's mostly all of that, and it's doing your shadow work when you first start as well, which is trying to find out where all the trauma came from, what holds you back. And even if you have to blame yourself, you blame yourself. That's where journaling comes in, because you don't have to really when there's, I think she can add herself, add her to stage. I don't think you really have to confront the people, but you can write it in a journal and kind of blame them there. And if it's yourself, you have to blame yourself as well. And then you get over that hurdle and you're on to the next hurdle. Or you're on to helping people because you've now came through that side. So it's about progression at all times. Welcome back, Willow.
Thank you. Yeah, no, my internet keeps dropping.
Thank
I
you,
do
Tanil.
apologise. I did say quickly before it dropped me again. I was saying that I do agree with what Sister Drew says. If you came across any witches or anybody spiritual, they would say that they've had a form of trauma
Yeah,
or something
most
that's
of them.
happened that
Yeah.
makes them the way that they are. They've found their spirituality and their belief through that. So definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm back. Right, back to you, sis. Back to what you were
Right.
saying.
So through doing a lot, I started going out paranormal investigating and things as well. So I realised that I had a gift to talk to the spirits. There's a lot of spirits out there that people just ignore them, especially Mr. Mackenzie. So Mr. Mackenzie is the spirit of Greyfriars Church in Edinburgh, who they call him Bloody Mackenzie. But when I went to Greyfriars to start, I've been in and out Greyfriars when I was a kid. My mum would take us to Edinburgh and we would always walk through the cemetery and things. But through doing all that as a kid and walking through the place, and then as an adult knowing the history of the place. But when I went to Greyfriars, I wasn't interested in Mr. Mackenzie touching me or hurting me or hearing him growl or anything. I asked him, I says to him, Mr. Mackenzie, you didn't get the status you did in life without having some sort of kindness in you. That I did believe that something had happened to make him better the way that he was. And then through that investigation, that video, I actually go round the side of his tomb and I asked him if he could come out his tomb and basically face me. I think I asked him if he could come out and talk to me or something. And you do see the mist coming up out the grate at the side. And from then on, guys, a lot of the investigations and things I've been on, or if I turn on the spirit box and things, you do hear Mr. Mackenzie's voice. And the way you'll know Mr. Mackenzie's voice is he's got a very rough gentleman voice, very Scottish. So that's the way you usually know that he's around. But whenever he's around me in any place, he takes like a kind of protective mode. Also, there's been other people that's done spirit boxes. Uncle Danny's done spirit boxes where Mr. Mackenzie's popped in to ask me to go back to Greyfriars and things. So you can make a connection to the spirits just by being you. And a lot of the time, they're not interested in hurting you or doing anything bad to you. They just want somebody to listen to them. With Mr. Mackenzie, I feel as if he's very misunderstood. Like, I do believe that there is an entity in the prison of Greyfriars that he gets a lot of the blame of being. I don't believe he is the bad entity that touches and scratches people. I think that is a totally different entity that is on that grounds. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to ghost hunt on the grounds anymore, but I would maybe ask for a private walk around or something to see if I could communicate with him. But yeah, Greyfriars was an interesting one. So doing all that, I've realised that I could connect to the spirits pretty easy now, and a lot of the time I can understand their struggles, especially the ones that maybe are misunderstood and things. Also through doing Burkwood, which is a castle in my local town, I've built a connection to the spirits down there as well. I do believe there's a little boy down there who pops up now and again just to say hello, but he's very, very shy. Because the spirits down there as well, a lot of them had special needs, or they were there because probably family members couldn't control them and things. I feel as if a lot of the energies haven't crossed over yet. A lot of them hang around where the school used to be. The school was knocked down a few years back. I feel as if a lot of the spirits down there hang around the school, and you do feel their energies. But I never ever used to could feel their energies or hear them speak to me. It's just through time being dedicated to actually doing the spirit box, and maybe when you're out somewhere, taking the time to just stand for a minute and feel if you can feel anything around you. Even in your everyday, you'll probably feel things. So through things like that, self-taught, doing investigations, met Uncle Danny online, who was also a paranormal investigator, and he was doing interviews. So he interviewed me and the person I was going out ghost hunting with at the time. And he put a lot of it together for me. So what had happened was I was jumping around for being with Bridget, to communicate with Santa Marta, to also try to communicate with any deity or spirit that would really listen to me, to be honest. But Uncle Danny gave me a lot of grounding. He made me realise that stick to a path and pick a path and stick to it. Try and be more of a connecting to the earth, connected to Mother Nature, connected to your own spiritual path. And then through doing that, the spirits will come. And that is what's happened, guys. So through it, and then obviously Sherry had knew Uncle Danny for a few years before I came into the mix. So yeah, we had ended up doing an interview of each other and got to know each other and realised we were witches. A lot of the things that Sherry and I do are the same. We maybe not practice the same, but a lot of the entities that we talk to. Also, Uncle Danny had wolves and spirits around him, and one of his wolf spirits was called Timber, had asked to come to me and work with me. So I feel Timber around me all the time. Usually if I feel Timber around me, my feet go really hot, so I know that he's around. And then you'll feel him get up off your feet and things. So that's the way he communicates with me sometimes if he's around. I can also ask him to go protect Liam, go protect anybody, and I feel him get up and go. So I know that he's on the case. He turns up in a lot of my investigations as well. Usually if you hear Timber is here, you know that something scary is around, because Timber usually only comes out if there's something needing to back off. Which, if you look at my videos online, you'll see that happens a lot at it did used to happen a lot at Lovers Lane, but Now I've made friends with that spirit down there who was a witch that just took a little bit of offence at me being on her property and not asking. But I've went back and gave her offerings and things, and I've made a connection to her now. Yeah, so doing all that, just meeting Sherry and things helped. And then Sherry and I had tried a couple of other places to help them do investigations online, and that didn't work out. But we will talk a bit about that later. So doing all that and making mistakes there, we kind of realised that we're better off just doing it together. So that's a bit of an update that far, sis, if you want to update the rest of them on the way we all met.
Yeah. First, I would like to say hello to Eddie and Jen. Hello, darlings. It's really good to see you
Hi,
in here, and I've
Eddie and
missed you all.
Jen.
And paranormal pap investigations. You should come to Greyfriars and come to England and do some investigations. There's some really cool
Oh,
places
yes.
all
Welcome,
over the place.
everybody.
Wales, Scotland, England, everywhere here. There's got some history.
And you will start to see Shane
So
and I do, sorry, Willow and I doing more locations, guys. So just keep an eye out.
yeah. So obviously, yeah, for me, like I said, I always been gifted, and then I started to join YouTube. I watched a few channels. I become uninterested in them when I realised that they weren't quite so true, and I really do not like fake people. I do not like people that fake evidence and things like that. Is not something to do. You don't need to. But then I come to be part of a really amazing community, which was my pups community. I had already been connecting with nature, and I was already able to speak to nature spirits and energies and things like that. But through coming and meeting pups, it helped me to have that confidence to bring that out more. And it also helped me to learn more about my shaman side, because I'd always been interested in shaman work. And with him being into the paranormal and being a priest and being a shaman and doing all these different things, he just really rang right to me. And we come to establish that we had a bond as a daughter and a father, okay, in a past life. And in this life, I didn't have a father, so he is my dad, okay, in my eyes, spiritually, yeah, but he is. And he is the man that I look up to, and he's been a big influence in my life. He's the one that made me believe in myself. Go out and do what you do because you're good at it. So I did that. I started doing my investigations, started going out with my team. He would come in and support, and it just felt so good to just be me. Now, a lot of people go, "Oh, you're a medium." I'm not a medium, guys. I am a spiritualist. Okay, I do not communicate and connect with spirit the way that a medium is said to do it. Okay, um, yes, I can do a lot what a medium does, but I'm not one. Okay, and I don't really like to be given that trait or that title either. So I'm a spiritualist, which means that I think outside the box. I don't stay within the box and stay in one specific area. I communicate and work with many different spiritual energies, not just spirits of people, but energies of nature, energies of the divine, angels, fairies, all these sort of energies I work with. I have a belief in many different forms of magic as well. That's why I'm an eclectic witch, okay? An eclectic witch is somebody that has many spiritual beliefs and has many different beliefs in different types of magic and illustrates and brings that into their own practice. I've never been trained or educated by anybody. I have learned everything purely through experience and teaching and learning myself and working with my deities and energies, and it's never gone wrong yet. So I'm a great believer in that, your best source of education and learning about your spirituality and learning how to connect is to actually connect with the physical world itself and all that it has to offer, including that spiritual realm as well. It's okay to educate, study, do those sort of things, of course, but just be yourself, guys. And that's something I've always been a big believer in. I don't believe in all this certification that you need to be certificated to be this and be that. I don't believe in that nonsense. Our ancestors in the olden days didn't have any of that, and they were the best. That's why we have medicine and everything else. And I like to keep the old tradition going. But it doesn't mean I don't study and I don't do things, because I'm actually studying in my Reiki and stuff at the minute. So I do believe in some forms of studying, but I don't believe in the forms of studying in people saying, well, you're not an investigator because you ain't got certification. You're not a witch because you haven't been this or you haven't had that done. a witch is a witch. You don't need to have anything done to you to be a witch. It's all within, okay? And it's in all of us. We've all got that ability to be connected to this world. It's if you want to or not, okay? So I done all the paranormal and I started doing all my spiritual talks and talking about me being a witch because I wanted to influence and to guide and to awaken others. I wanted people to realize that there's more to this world, um, and that through communicating with that side, you can help that side because when they're affected on that side, that affects this side as well, just as what happens here affects them. Okay, so it's really good to work with both sides at all times. So this is why I'm here. I do my investigations to educate, to learn you guys, and to make you confident that maybe one day you'll want to go out and maybe do the same sort of thing. And you will find that the more connected you are to the spiritual realm and to deities and energies, the more awakened you become. Okay, your true self. We've all got that ability. It's just some of us are more awakened than others, I guess. But it is there, guys, and that's how I got into it. I just wanted to have a community that I could come to, that I could feel part of, because I always felt like the black sheep of my town and my family, because everybody else was not like me. I'd never felt like I fitted in. So to find YouTube, find Pups, find Sister Drew, find all of these people and be able to communicate and connect with them and be on the same level was just the best thing I'd done. And now I don't look back. I don't. What I'm not going to say I don't question myself because I'm really bad for questioning myself and questioning everything that I'm doing. But I believe that if we didn't do that, then we're not passionate and we're not true in what we do. If we don't question ourselves, we're not true in what we do. I believe when you question and you do that sort of thing, it's because you're having that experience and you need to, rationalize it in your head. You know, as connected and open as I am, I still have my moments where I'm like, did that just happen? And maybe so. No, maybe not. We all do that. It's part of life, guys. And me and Drew, we're not here to pretend to be something, okay? What you see is what you get with us, okay? We might not have all the certifications like some of these people online say that they've got. We might not have this and we might not have that. But do you know what? We have truth, fact, and we're real at what we do and we're good at it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
The thing is, you'll get confirmation along the way to know that it's all real.
Yeah.
My first confirmation that I got that it was all real, the prayers, the protection, the knowing that there's energies around you looking out for you, was when I was making a cup of tea for me and my partner, and I had just poured the hot water into the cups, and I think I reached up into the cupboard for something else. I can't remember, and a lid from one of the cups had fell down into one of the cups, and instantly the hot water splashed all over my arm. It went right down onto my leg and onto my slipper. The minute that it touched my arm, it was stone cold. My leg, my slipper, and everything was cold, but the water on the floor was still boiling hot. I went straight up the stairs and I said to my partner, Willie, what had happened, and I got him to feel my arm. My arm was cold, the water was hit. My pyjamas and things was all wet, but it wasn't hot. Even my foot and things wasn't hot, yet the water on the floor was boiling hot. That's when I instantly realised that it was all real. And then through time, you get other confirmations as well, such as when you're together with somebody else, such as me and Sherry's had a lot of confirmations when we're together, seeing a lot of things. We've seen the fairies dance in the fairy realm together, seen it. We've had experiences where we've been out investigating the local church and things where Sherry stays, and we've felt energies at the same time, heard voices at the same time. There is so much confirmation that you do get, and I always tell everybody you've got to believe it. If you don't believe it, then there's no
If you
point
don't
in even
believe, you will not
starting.
experience.
Yeah,
If you that's the most important thing to understand about this line of work. If you don't believe in your magic, if you don't believe in the investigations that you're doing, if you don't believe in the spirits, you're not going to experience anything, guys. And it's
yeah,
really important to remember that. To believe is to be an open. Okay, when you believe, you're open, which makes you more capable and more acceptable to be able to connect and to communicate,
yeah,
not just with spirits of up there, but anything, trees, plants, other energies of this world, even touching a rock and feeling the energy of a rock and what it's trying to tell you. All
Yeah.
this stuff is amazing and it's real. Okay. But
I heard this
like Sis
trees
said, you do
talk.
need to believe. You do.
Yeah. I've walked around these woods when I was a lot young girl. I've even walked along where I stay out there as a young girl. And then it wasn't until I was walking home one night I heard talking. And I thought it was my niece that had a house at the time, right where I heard the talking. And I thought, oh, it's Chelsea talking. But her light wasn't on. And then the more I walked, the more I realised it was coming from where the trees was. I couldn't totally make out what they were saying at the time. I think it was because I was more in awe of what I'd heard. And I came straight in and spoke in the clan chat about it. I says to them, I've just heard the trees talking. And I was gobsmacked, guys, because I really honestly, I looked around for anybody standing. I looked around for anybody's windows open. And there was nothing. It was really late at night. I think I'd ran over to the bank or something. It was late at night. And I heard, honestly, I can still hear it to this day. I couldn't make out what they were saying because I didn't put much thought into it. But even now, when I hug a tree and things, I can feel the emotion of the tree. It's amazing. But you've got to
Yeah,
believe.
you have, and it, you know, a lot. The thing is when you communicate with trees and stuff like that, it's not always that you're going to hear their voice physically talking to you. You're not going to walk past a tree and it's just going to grow a mouth and go, "Hello,
But
how are you?"
yeah, it's
It's
not
not
like
like
that.
that. It's when you touch it, or
Yeah,
it calls to you. It'll call you and draw you in, and then when you touch it, all of that touch, all that vibration, all that energy becomes a message to you from
yeah,
that tree. That's how you communicate with your trees, your plants. I'm not saying that they don't talk to you. I've walked past a tree and I've heard one of them go willow because I just walked past them.
yeah,
But a lot of it is where they use their vibration through the ground to connect to you, and you get that message come through the ground and up into you, and
yeah,
you're like, oh, I forgot to go to so and so. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. They think that they've got to sit there and they've just got to stare at the tree and the tree will just suddenly talk to them. No, you've got, it's about being connected to that
yeah,
energy, that vibration. When you're touching, it's knowing that message, understanding that is a message coming to you. um
yeah,
and this is the stuff that I think we need to be able to open up to you more about, guys. We've done you all of the education in how to do spell work. How, now we want to help you to understand a
yeah,
little bit more about the paranormal side of things. But
yeah,
there's been something I've been speaking to you about for quite a few years now, saying that I want to start doing my physic ability classes with you. Okay, now this is something I am going to be doing. Okay, so it's going to be mingled in with the shows that we do. Um, but I really do feel that now it's not about you learning how to do your spell work now. Now you've got all of that basics there. You know how to do that. You know a lot about the paranormal as well, to be quite honest. But I just think on the spiritual side and learning how to connect, how to be open to them, how to understand when they're communicating, you need to have a bit more education on that, some of you. So and learning to be comfortable with your physical abilities and awakening them, I think that's a
yeah.
really important thing. And I
And
do
don't
that through my
despair.
meditations and stuff as well. So
People think when you communicate
all of
with the
this,
spirits, you're going to start seeing spirits everywhere. You're going to start hearing voices, and it's really not like that, guys. For
it
me
isn't, no.
especially, I've got to tune in. I've got to sit. I've got to clear my mind, and I've got to focus. I've got to bring my vibration to a level where I know that if I'm hearing anything, seeing anything, it's on a different realm. So yous can learn that as well. Willow can see them because that
You
she was
can.
brought into it, yeah. But you can't train
But
yourself to
even in that, I still have boundaries and cut off ways where spirits can't come to me at certain times. They can't do certain things and things like that.
yeah,
Even as somebody as gifted as what I am and as open as I am, that, not even I have spirits coming to me 24, 7 days a week. Yeah, they're here, but they don't harass me because I have ways to be able to
yeah,
cut
close them
that
off.
out, to give me a
Yeah,
break. Okay. And this is all the stuff I feel you need to learn and to understand about it a little bit more, because it's not just important in the paranormal, but it's important in your witchcraft as well, because even in witchcraft you are communicating and connecting with spirit and energy as well.
Yeah.
So this is the other side. It's not so much education, guys, it's more guiding you.
Yeah.
Okay, guiding you and
When
helping
you're
you.
doing the tarot readings
But
as well, it's all about
tarot
connecting to the
reading,
energy. Yeah.
meditation, all of this, meditation, tarot readings, using the pendulum, using dowsing rods, using a spirit box. This is all forms of communication with spirit, and you need to know how to make that energy be balanced between you and them. It's really important, as you will have a hectic head
Yeah.
constantly, because you're not going to be closing
You've got
yourself off
to trust your
properly.
guides. Yeah. Put a lot in your guides' hands,
Yeah,
especially for me.
you do
I
need
rely
to.
on Stephen and Billy. Especially if I'm going in an investigation, I'll ask them to come along with me and I'll ask them to go, and especially with Timber as well. I'll ask Timber to make sure there's nothing really scary there before I leave the house. Stephen and Billy,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
ask them to take a sweep around the cemetery or the castle, wherever I am, to make sure there's no lost souls. If there is any lost souls, I'll ask them to bring them to me and let me be aware that they're there to help them cross over. Which we usually do after an investigation. We used to do it, I used to do it religiously every Sunday, because for a long time there was a lot of spirits coming to us to be crossed over. So it was at a stage where we had to set a time and date to let them in to cross. So I relied on Billy and Stephen for that, because we can't walk into that realm. So we need other spirits to walk them through the veil. So Stephen and Billy helped me do that. A lot of the spirits, they would gather them and then they would walk them
yeah.
physically across the veil for us. And you feel that emotion when
And
you're doing it. You feel it. You can feel the spirit going to peace. And sometimes you feel a lot of the emotion that they've got as well. So that's where Sherry, Willow, and I like to communicate. We like to communicate with the spirits that do maybe have a little bit more problems crossing over. Maybe they want to tell their story. They maybe haven't even spoke to anybody for decades, and just hearing their voice on a spirit box lets them cross over freely, because they know somebody can hear them. And a lot of the times that's when they'll cross. So there's so much into paranormal, guys. As we always say, we're witches at heart, but paranormal's our passion.
yeah, paranormal's definitely the passion. And obviously, like, yeah, if you're gifted like me, like there are going to be some things you can see happening. Like, I have seen spirits crossing into the light. I can't walk physically into the realm, physically awake. When I'm asleep, I do astro project and astral travel because of my abilities. So I do go to other realms, but again, you're not physically completely there, because you're attached to your line, to your cord, keeping you connected to this plane. Okay, so it's really important, why all of this is really important to understand and to come into terms with. And it does start with believing, like Sister Drew said as well. If you don't believe, then how can you connect and how can you understand? You need to believe in all that.
Yeah.
You, for me, I don't think I would be anything else. I don't think I would suit being anything else. This is all I've ever known, is to be this way.
I can't
Um,
imagine not
and
being
I've
who
had
you are.
I've had times where I felt crap, and people look at. I think sometimes people look at me and they're like, "Well, you've got all these gifts and you've got all these things, so nothing affects you." It does. I'm still human. I still get hurt when my
If
loved ones
anything, it
die.
affects
I
you
still get
more
hurt when I see other people hurt.
because
I
you're more
still get
emotional.
physically drained and exhausted and need to cut off and not talk to anyone. I'm still like every other human. The only difference is I'm in tune with myself, and I know myself, and I know when I'm not okay and when I am.
Yeah,
So, and I think that's what people need to learn to do. That it's not the end of the world if you're feeling a bit crappy sometimes, guys. It's learning to get out of that rut and how to
yeah.
trust in getting out of that rut as well. Um,
I've been there for 6
so
months. I don't feel as if I had practiced anything. I felt as if every time I walked
no,
into this witchy room to light a candle, I was told to no, just to go back out. But now looking back on that period of time, I feel as if, yeah, autumn and winter is for you to recuperate and re-energize. And maybe we weren't doing enough of that. So therefore the deities, the energies, your ancestors shut you down. If you're not shutting yourself down, they'll do it for you. And it's to make you rest, it's to make you grow. to make you start to realign your energies to maybe somewhere it needs to go right now. But yeah, I do feel as if I needed that 6 month break
Well, it's true.
just to realign
It is true.
myself and get to know what path we need to be on. In which now we do know the
How,
path we need to be on, what we need to be doing. Yeah.
how can how can you know who you are, and how can you know the path that you're supposed to tread if your head is so jumbled and your body is so jumbled and your mind is so jumbled? And the more you work, the more you try to ignore those things don't go away, and it gets on top of you, and the spirits and the divine will step in when they're like, enough is enough. Like,
Yeah.
you think you're not doing enough and you're trying to do more. When you're doing
Too
enough, you
much.
just need to help yourself. So they will step in and stop you at times, and it's not them taking your power away or stopping you from being who you are. It's just as them saying, no, you need to slow down. The winter is a time for
Yeah, you need to
recuperating
pause.
or reflecting on what can be done better. Rest is about laying there and resting,
Yeah.
and getting yourself strong and energized for the following year, for the new comings of the
Yeah.
beginning. Okay, so winter and all of that is that time. As the
Yeah.
Mother Earth and Mother Nature returns to balance, we need to slow down.
Yeah, we do it too. It's what's needed. I think Sherry's froze again, guys. Give her a minute, she'll come out and back in. Yes, I feel as if Mother Nature pauses you, maybe even your deities and your ancestors pause you just so that you go rest and realign yourself back to the energy that you need to have to be able to do these things. And that's what it is. It's like remembering that even though I love to do tarot and do oracle for you, I have to have the energy to be able to hear the deities connect. I need to know that they're here to connect to you and they're already
Hello, can you
connected.
see me? It
Yeah,
went
we can
off
see.
again. So
Yeah,
yeah, this bloody internet's doing my head in. So yeah, like I said, that it is really important to do that. Just be connected in that way, and to understand that it's time for recuperation. It's time to slow down, to look at what you've achieved, what you want to achieve. It's that time to rebuild yourself and re-energize yourself, ready for when Brother Sun returns and Mother Earth and Mother
yes.
Nature returns.
The
Because
next
in the winter they
challenges.
sleep, they rest. So that's when
Yeah.
we should be there doing the same thing.
58 years working with the spirits.
So,
I need to try and highlight Uncle Danny's comment. Sometimes it's not letting me highlight it, guys. But there it's it. Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, can I get it to highlight? Maybe Sherry can. Yeah, 58 years in the paranormal and being spiritual.
here
Yeah, I
you go.
feel as if we
Hang on.
all get to that stage that we need to just rest up. Right, I'll take it down. But I feel as if Sherry and I know now why the spirits and the ancestors and the divine energies keep us together, focused. And that is the next part of our plan, guys, is everything that's coming up. But to be honest with you, I feel as if a lot of it's not online. We will be sharing a lot of it with you online, but a lot of it will be online. It's more about helping people in the everyday places that we go as well. We'll be doing more seeking out people to help before we go places and things. But online, we'll be doing more of the oracle readings, tarot readings, doing more interviews and things as well. If you want to be interviewed by Sherry and Willow and I, it will take me a moment to keep saying Willow. It will, if you want to be interviewed by
Yeah,
us. And also if you want us to come up and be interviewed as well.
yeah. So getting onto that area. So obviously we've got some shows coming up. So on a Tuesday we've got Talking to the Divine Tuesdays, okay, which is where we do card readings, oracles, maybe yes and no coins, pendulums, dowsing rods, anything spiritual, even using ourselves to communicate and connect as well. So that's what Tuesdays is going to be about, okay? So that one is again Talking to the Divine Tuesdays with me, Willow, and Sister Drew. Then on Thursdays is Strange and Unknown Thursdays. Now, this is a show dedicated to interviews, okay? whether this is interviews for paranormal investigators, witches, druids, shamans, people with businesses, anybody spiritual, anybody that's just wanting to get themselves out there, then Thursday will be the show for the interviews. If we don't have interviews, then we will just have little open panels and talk shows where people can maybe come up and join with us, and we can just have a witchy talk or a spiritual talk or a paranormal talk if we do not have any
And
interviews.
if you've had experiences you want to share.
Saturdays,
if you've had
yeah, anything like that, UFOs, anything, paranormal, cryptids, UFOs, anybody like that that wants to come on for interviews, you are more than welcome. I will give you my email in a minute to be able to communicate. You can also message me and Sister Drew on our messengers as well, just to like let us know, or comment under some of the video, like this video or anything that we put up. So obviously Saturdays is dedicated to the paranormal, okay guys? So this could be me and Sister Drew going out for investigations. This could be paranormal open chats with other paranormal investigators and spiritual people that do paranormal stuff. This could be spirit boxes at home. This could be even a spiritual class where we learn to use our abilities, okay? This is all linked to the same thing. And this is going to be the shows for those 3 days. This is going to be every week. So we've got Tuesdays, which is talking to the divine Tuesdays, Thursdays, which is the strange and unknown Thursdays, and Saturdays, which is Paranormal Adventures 101. Okay. Now, on top of that, every Sunday, I will be having my own show called Mind, Body and Spirit Connection with Willow, which is everything to do with music and healing. Okay, so this could be meditation, drumming, or even my own little musical concert shows. Obviously, on my drumming shows and meditations, Sister Drew will be joining me for some of them. I know that we're going to be doing one this Sunday, doing some drumming. So tune in with us on Sunday for that one. So that will be every Sunday, my show. Then obviously keep an eye out for Sister Drew, because maybe Sister Drew might have a show she's going to do on her channel for a night or a day as well. But altogether, me and Sister Drew have got 3 shows we're doing together. And the Sunday show, Sister Drew will either be in chat or she'll be on with me. If it's drumming, she'll be on with me. But if I'm doing my musical shows where I'm doing a concert, she'll be in the chat. Okay. So yeah, these are the shows, and it's really exciting because we're looking forward to doing this. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. Obviously, for the paranormal stuff as well, we will be doing my bits on my fairies as well. We will be getting some fairy night show watches as well coming in. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. But what I want to do is quickly show you the intros, and then I'm going to let Sister Drew talk to you about what you want to do. So, like, here's the intros for the shows that we're going to be doing. So the first one is our paranormal one, guys. This is really cool. That is our paranormal one. So cool. And then we've got our talking to the divine. So this is our talking to the divine.
Love it.
That's our talking to the divine Tuesdays with me and Sister Drew. And then our next one, which is our Thursdays shows for interviews and so on. This is this one.
strange and the unknown Thursday.
Creepy. Love it.
So
Okay,
there you go. So these are going to be our 3 shows. I haven't got my my intro for Rudy, my partner, is on one for me. Bless him. He's been working really hard to get all that done. So these are going to be our intros for our shows. So we've got the Paranormal Adventures 101 intro. We've got the one for Talking the Divine Tuesdays, and then for the Strange and Unknown Thursdays. Say that again, sis.
I was saying thank you to Within the Cauldron. Thank you, Scott, as well.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, my angels. How are you? I didn't realise you was in. Great intros. Thank you so much. So, yeah. So, really good shows coming on. Anybody that is wanting to join our Thursday shows for interviews, please make sure that you email me on sherryannb84@gmail.com. Okay. When you come over, just write your name of you, your channel, and what you're wanting to be interviewed about. If you're wanting any content or anything to be on the show as well, you would need to send that through the email with your little message to us. And then we'll get back to you and inform you of a date and a time. Okay. So there will be dedicated messages. So there'll be a few questions that I will say and ask you. There will be a few questions that Drew will ask you. Then we will have some questions that actually come from whatever social media site you're connected to, where we will have questions about content of yours that we see, or if you've been out somewhere, or if you're spiritual and you do certain things. We'll base some questions on you as the person on the interview as well, guys. And don't be taunted to come up here. Don't be scared. We're really laid back. We're really down to earth. We do not ask really complicated questions. We just like to talk, chat, and make you feel welcome. And you will be made to feel welcome. So our shows are starting next week. Our first show is going to be on Tuesday, which will be the Talking to Divine Tuesdays. Okay, so that's going to be Tuesday. Then we're going to have our Thursday show, which will be our first interviewing show. Hopefully, if we get somebody in. If not, it'll be a chat show. And then we're going to have our first lot of paranormal stuff on the Saturday, which I think we're probably going to have a little conversation about some of our experiences that we had when we was with Kerry. And we're also going to maybe do some spirit box and talk about a few of our experiences in the paranormal for our first show. And then it will go on to doing investigations and so on the next ones.
What I will try and do, guys, as if I'm not working, I will try and go maybe to Lovers Lane and be live, and you can see it there. And maybe Willow can go to the cemetery at her house, and I'll stay on panel, and we'll communicate there. So hopefully we'll be able to do different live streams that you will be able to see where we are actually on location. Maybe even sometimes we'll be together and we'll do it. So definitely Paranormal Saturday going to be up and running, and it'll be real communication,
real stuff. Yeah Definitely. What's that? Troll Slayer. Hello, Willow. How are you, Troll Slayer? I hope you're okay. So we've got a lot of really, really exciting stuff coming up. We're really, really looking forward to it all coming up, and we hope that you're going to enjoy it. Please make sure that you do tune in with us this week, though, on Sunday. That's going to be our first drumming shows. I think we all need a bit of uplifting and a bit of an influence, and we'll be able to hear Sister Drew playing her drum, which is going to be awesome. So, we're going to be getting away on our Celtic drums, as they say, because I'm going to be using my Celtic drum as well. But we wanted to come on it because we just wanted you to know a little bit about us. We wanted you to know about our shows that are up and coming, how we got into what we're doing. So I don't know if there's anybody in the room now that wants to ask us a question, or we'll just generally sit here and chit chat for the next 30 minutes, because I'm only having this show on for 2 hours and then I'm ending it because it is getting late here. It's like well.
You play a part in it as well. You can help us share the shows out. You can also help maybe get
Yes.
us people that want to be interviewed, maybe even give us places that you want us to talk about. There could be loads of things that you can help us along with, but mostly sharing out the content, because Willow and I's
Yeah.
aim this year is to get more people into the room to help. There is so many people out there that need the guidance, and that's what we're calling, is to help the spirits and to help people that need help. So you can help with that, guys.
You can, and you sharing out and doing that sort of thing really does help us on our channels, and it is really important. If you really care about the work that we do and you really believe in everything that we do, then please help us out, guys, by getting us out there. As I said, all of this stuff is coming back, the paranormal's coming back. Even if we don't get out to do investigations and stuff, we can do reaction videos to paranormal videos and stuff like that. Everything is going to be based around paranormal and strange and unknown stuff.
We can find haunted stories to tell you as well if we
anything like that. That's what I'm saying. Just anything to stay spooky for Saturday.
Yeah. There may be some
nights
nights where one of us isn't feeling too hot, so we can't really communicate with the spirits, but we'll definitely make an effort to tell you haunted stories and things like that. But our aim is to communicate with the spirits, though. So as we always tell you as well, if there is a spirit you want to communicate with, you've got to have that person in your mind's eye. You've got to keep calling out to them and ask them to come and communicate with you. So you can do all that as well if you really want to communicate with somebody that you are missing, somebody that maybe you wonder if they're settled on the other side, things like that. You can focus on the person and call them to us.
Yeah, and it is quite simple to do once you start doing it, guys, and we'll help you and guide you through doing that. But you do definitely need to do that. Even when we're doing our card readings, you need to be thinking about your energy, the questions you're wanting to know, and things like that, so that your deities are aware of what you're thinking, so that our energies and guides can communicate with your ones. So it's all about knowing what you need and what you want to hear. But definitely we do want you to give ideas over. We don't just want to be doing all the work. We want you to give us ideas on stories or things you might want us to talk about, anything like that. You know what I mean? It's all about you guys. It's keeping you guys entertained as well. So
yes, for sure.
It's
also
good.
I'll probably do little shows and things. If I'm not working and things, I'll do my usual walking down the street. Since the summer's here supposed to be, I'll do walks down the street. I'll show you my local town, things like that will be coming to my channel, the little vloggings that I do around here. So keep an eye out on all that, guys. And maybe Willow will show us some of the beautiful buildings up her way. There's some beautiful towns around Willow. She maybe show us.
Would you be able to do the runes readings?
Runes? We could try. I've never done them as such, but we could definitely give them a go.
I've got runes.
Yeah, I've got runes as well.
I've got runes and stuff. I have got something somewhere that's got some information about runes. I've got like rune cards as well that have got instructions. So
information.
We can try. It's just
I'll do it.
I don't really do runes very much. That's more of a new thing for me. Even though I've had my runes for quite a while, it'll be something that me and Sister Drew will be learning as we go along.
Definitely do it.
Literally.
I've got the Odin staffs as well. I can definitely do the Odin staffs, which is to do with
astral projection. Astral projection is a good subject. I've done it a few times. Astral projection would be a really good one to talk about, spiritual connection and flight and things like that. Definitely,
yourself safe and things while doing it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As we've said before, guys, we've done a lot of the education now. We've done the education. All of that is out there, still on the channels for anybody that wants to go and maybe take a bit of guidance from it. And you can always come in and ask us questions if there's anything you want to know. But we have stepped up a level now where we're at the stage where we want to show you the things that we've learned and show you what we really are all about. Yes, we're witches at heart, but the paranormal is our passion and helping spirits.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we do. Yeah, we've definitely gone past our educational side of it. Okay, now it is more guiding you and helping you to be you. I don't mind doing little things like that because I do think it's really important. People knowing about their physical abilities, I think it's really important to understand how to communicate and connect with spirits. So I don't mind doing that side of things for any of you. And astral projection is a very big part of that. But we're not here to be doing educational 101 stuff and all that anymore. We're past that now, guys. We're on another level. We're not supposed to be educating or teaching anymore. We're supposed to be guiding you and awakening you to your form now.
All the information's out there on the two channels.
Yeah.
So
Every channel's got loads of information on it.
yeah.
There's loads of stuff. And we love you too, Kimmy, my darling. I'm so glad that you like anything we do. We're glad you do.
Sweet. Yeah, we just want to start talking. When we first started, it was all about the paranormal. So we want to go back to that. We want to start explaining to you what is all out there as well. There's a lot of things out there that you have to protect yourself from. There's a lot of things out there that maybe you don't see as clearly as you would other things as well, and that you're aware of the energies.
Oh.
But it's about protecting as well. Remember, always protect yourself. I have only.
Thank you, Dobbies, my darling. Now, I very much appreciate that, what you said about us there. That's so cute of you. I think you both have come a long way. Well done. Thank you, sweetheart.
We've no Dobby
See,
for the
things like
beginning.
that make us feel.
Yeah, definitely.
I have
I've read
I have only did it once and had no clue what happened to me. I just remember going to the Aztec record. Yes, that'd be where you're trying to get information. That place is amazing. It's got a lot of the information about you and all of your lives and stuff like that. So yeah, you would learn a lot there. And a lot of people that have done astro projection first go to that place because you need to learn about you before you start doing.
Yeah.
Oh, we've missed you, ladies, as well, and I'm really sorry within the Cauldron that I've not been into your shows. I've just had a lot that I've been dealing with losing my mum and granddad and everybody else. That's everything that's been going on recently. So I haven't really been coming in, but I will be getting back into your shows and that, my loves. And I hope that your shows are going well. I have seen you posting out. You're doing really awesome. Sage is my best friend, but other spirits tools help. Sage is absolutely amazing, but there are so many forms of things you can use to use protection, not just sage. There's so many ways that you can do that, and this is the sort of thing that we want to help you to learn more, and this is all part of paranormal. Okay, yeah. For me, the paranormal is my passion. Witchcraft is my lifestyle. Okay, I'm still going to do things to do with my witchcraft. It's who I am, but the paranormal is key and number one in all of the minute.
Ooh, be good, Toby. Yeah.
The Gothic DS. Oh my God, Gothic. Hello.
Gothic. Yeah, I think we've all been through a stage of healing and progressing to the next level.
Oh, Pendle, definitely.
Pendle, sorry, yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to prioritise yourself.
Pendle, sorry. Yeah.
Life. Especially if you want to do this type of thing, because we've got to be top form before we're any good to any of yous. Especially the spirits and the people online we want to help. We've got to be feeling it ourselves.
I love to be a secret weapon around here. Troll Slayer. What does that mean, my dear? I'm trying to understand what you mean there. I like being a secret around myself, around here. But it's always good to have your secret weapons. Pendle Hill. Oh yeah, Pendle Hill. That is definitely a must on the list.
Yeah, we definitely need to try and make it to Pendle Hill at some point.
Yeah.
Definitely. Talk to the ancestor witches, see how they feel about things.
Because we were speaking where we
You're going to
we was wanting to find some different witchy places, weren't we? We was wanting to go on to some investigations to some new witchy places.
Yeah, we'll find new
That'd be really cool.
Glastonbury is absolutely brilliant, guys. It really is. It's beautiful, but it's always so packed. There's always, because we go when there's seasons on as well, I suppose. But yeah, it's always so packed. But I would love to go to some of the other little locations around the UK that's witchy and old witchy vibe towns and things. There's so many.
Oh yeah, but that's good that
So,
you watch out for trolls. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
close there. Yeah.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
definitely walking, finding all this history, walking about the history about the witches. Being witches ourselves, I think it's a really important thing to be able to
Yeah.
find some of that. And I think we're going to have like a lot of fun doing that. Me and Sister Drew are hoping to meet up a few times and do some stuff together. But that
Yeah. We'll
is
definitely
something
be
we're
meeting more.
planning on trying to do it more. Just have
Yeah.
we have to make sure we're safe. So
That's it. Yeah. It's just prioritising things in your life to make sure that you can go and meet up. Maybe, just you have to make the effort when you've got like a sisterhood and a friendship like the three of us have, like me, Sherry, and Kara. You make the effort for each other. You make the effort to go and see them
you
and
do, yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
Prioritise your friendship and your
Always,
sisterhood for other
always, always,
things.
always.
Yeah.
Sisterhood, brotherhood goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Gothic. I've just started working with my oracle cards. That's brilliant. I'm really glad to see that you guys are working on doing your readings and stuff. That is
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Exactly, yeah. And
I
saying that,
still want
let's
to meet
do a
up with you
postcard.
girls. It's unfortunately health permitting. Well, when you're feeling healthier, Gothic, then maybe one day we can meet up with you. But don't push yourself while you're not feeling well.
There's
And
plenty of time.
sis, are you going to do a card reading? I
I'll
thought
do a
you
little
were going to
card.
do some cards for the do a
I'll
spirit
do a
card.
postcard for spirit for
Yeah.
everybody.
Over to sis.
Okay. Let's do a little postcard for spirit, guys, just to give the ancestors, the deities, the divine a saying in our night. Okay, can I please ask my guides to connect to the community's guides to give them the best inspirational postcard from spirit? Thank you, see you. Let's see what the divine energies want to tell everybody tonight. Oh, I know exactly what one I have to take. This one. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, it had to be one that I can hardly see, didn't it? Right. Do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything, or else nothing will get done. Be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set the boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feel good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully. And honestly, in the end, love you so much. Which is so true for what I've been saying again, guys. Sometimes you've got to change things and be uncomfortable in order to grow. And maybe it is time that some of you guys take the reins now that we've set and start to do your own little videos or live streams, and maybe you can start adding to your paths a little live streaming how you grew and where you are in your path, and that maybe help you get a little bit more confident in things. Because that's how we started, we just sharing our path and sharing how we got there and things like that. So maybe that's what it is. You guys have to start now in encouraging yourselves to push yourself out there a little bit more and connect a little bit
Yeah,
more
you got
as
to
well.
have that.
Yeah.
You got to have that belief in yourself. We can only give you so much advice. I'd like to say hello to Evie, sis. And Gothic, well done for your reading that you done with your friend the other day.
Hi,
Like, there
Eva.
really isn't a time scale on how long a reading takes, sweetheart.
Hi,
You know,
Trade
it really depends
Collective
on the person, doesn't it?
Misfits.
So well done for that. I hope that you're
Welcome,
okay,
you.
Evie, my darling. Kimmy's there. We've got Trade Collective Misfits. Hello, how are you?
Welcome to the
So yeah, that was the
room.
reading, and it was really interesting. It really did make it. Did I did understand what it was saying there?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so apt for now.
people, you know, you just got to work on yourselves, guys, and you know, tread your path, be confident, and don't be so easily led and swayed off. Okay,
Yeah,
you know, your purpose at the minute is to focus on you and focus on where you're getting. What's that?
and
Yeah.
put yourself out your
And
comfort
just
zone a
just
little.
trust in yourself and just put yourself forward and just
Yeah,
believe in it. That's what you've got to do.
welcome. Yeah. Some of the things that we have to do is uncomfortable, guys.
Hello.
Sometimes you don't want to go in every day and do things. And even when I'm traveling myself, I doubt myself. I have a panic attack maybe 10 times before I even walk out the door. But that's because it's my mental health taking over and that shadow self taking over, telling myself not to go, something's going to go wrong. I will be the one that's on the bus that crashes. All these things go through my head, before I travel myself. Or something's going to
Yeah.
happen and I'm going to get lost, or the bus is going to break down. There's loads of things go through my head before I travel, but I've got to just subside that all to the back in my brain and push and know that everything's going to be okay. And if it did happen, it's for a reason.
Trade
That's-
Collective. You're from Pups channel. That's awesome. Anybody that's
oh,
Pups family is our family. So it's really nice to
yeah,
meet you there. And thank you for the very nice comment. Um,
thank you.
what else was there? Like, I know I see something else in the chat. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with the messages and stuff. Just give me 2 seconds.
Welcome to the
Um,
room, everybody that's new. I'm proud of how you push yourself to travel. Thank you, Dobie. It does take a lot, especially
it does,
sometimes
yeah.
not in such a good place. There, when I went away to Wales and met Sister Sherry and Kerry, I was in a place where I really needed a break. I needed somewhere to go and chill and just refocus my energy back to who I am. Because as we said, for the last 6 months we've not been doing too much. But yeah, I definitely needed that time at the sea and with Sister Kerry and Sherry.
We
The
did. We
two
definitely did.
helped
We
round me
definitely
as
did.
well.
We felt
Yeah,
that we felt the pull not being around each other and stuff. And mine was more my physical and trying to deal with my mental health because I have mental health as well. Um, you know, the losses, the things that I'd been going through, my head still weren't quite in the right place. Then something else happened and it just got me in that place. So getting away up to Kerry's and being with my two sisters really, really helped me to
yeah,
get on the right path again as well. We all needed it in our own way. And we all need that. Even you guys, sometimes you just need that little break. And it's really important to remember that. And don't ever be down on yourself when you're needing that break, thinking, oh my God, I'm failing. You're not failing. You're taking a moment to
yeah. You need to,
recuperate and to re-energize yourself.
yeah.
Okay, you need that.
Most of the time, you come out stronger.
And I'm the same way when it comes to travel. I get really bad panic and anxiety attacks. I did go into Wales, going
Oh,
through
swallow did
London.
really good. Yeah,
I find it really hard to go outside my door, and the furthest I'll go is either to my shop or to my woodlands. I don't really go anywhere because of
yeah.
my anxiety and stuff.
It
But
did
to have
amazing.
been able to go to Wales and do what I did, it made me that little bit more confident. And now I
You're
know I
proud
can
of
do it if I
yourself.
put my mind
Yeah,
to
you
it.
be proud.
Yeah,
And then you know that you
yeah.
can do it next time. Yeah.
It is a very special place. Wales is beautiful. Very, very
Gorgeous.
beautiful.
Love it, honestly. I think Wales is definitely a close second to Glastonbury in my eyes. Sometimes I even feel as if it's a joint first with Glastonbury because it's so healing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think Glastonbury was the start of us, really, to be honest. We had our meetups and that, and then when we went to Glastonbury, it really kicked us forward in where we need to be going.
Yeah.
We had so many different ideas and plans, and everything's changed again now. But you know, these are trial and errors. These are ways to learn and find your path.
It's not that we won't do
No.
these things, it's just that they're maybe on pause
It's
until
just
we
not
do
yet.
this.
Yeah.
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 It's forever changing. The joys we have.
Thank you. I
Every
appreciate
year.
that.
I'd love to. I want to go to every circle in the UK. That's my goal.
Oh yeah.
The
Indeed,
healing
pushing
circle
ourselves
is
with caution is
amazing.
sometimes what is needed for change. Very much, I agree with that.
Oh yeah,
Gothic,
definitely. Gothic, yeah.
Traveling is a test of one's patience and confidence. Most definitely, I do agree with that.
Yeah,
You
sure.
both done so well. So proud of you both. Thank you so much, sis. That's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
But yeah, if we can do it, you can do it, guys.
Coming up. Yeah. God's
Take
coming
a
up.
risk.
Yeah, take a
The spirits
risk.
always say to you, don't keep staying in your comfort zone. Sometimes you've got to take that little risk. You've got to take that little heap of faith, and you'll realise that something really amazing's at the end of it.
Yeah.
We've done it, and we've been so happy that we've done it. So you guys need to as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait to get back out there doing investigations.
But we are coming up. We've got like 9 minutes, guys.
Yeah, I'm starving. I'm going to make something to eat. I need to make Liam pasta. No, sorry, I need to make Liam cereal and Emily pasta. And I will have some toast, I think. Toast and dairy. Travelling is going to be more...
I had
and I have to be wheelchair to get around outside the apartment. Right. Most places are wheelchair friendly, though Gothic, yeah. Because I would love to take my big sister places. She can walk though, but she really just gets so very sore and has to sit down. So I've looked into a lot of places for taking Nelly. We would have to get the train though, because they get up and down the buses.
Oh, thank you, Lakeview Blue. So you subbed to our channels a little while back, but you didn't realise, and now you're glad you did. That's awesome.
Aww,
see,
that's so nice.
There's always a reason why you come fast.
Yep.
And we do have very good energy and calm energy and openness. We like to be open. We like to be truthful with everyone. We've got nothing to hide. We've always been an open book to an extent, unless it's things you're not allowed to.
We can only teach you the way that
I needed this right now. Well, we're glad that you needed it right now.
Nice to hear that.
We know.
Nice to hear that.
We did come on to speak about ourselves, but we came on to influence you guys and make you guys feel confident. That's why we spoke about what we spoke about.
Yeah.
Make you confident. I'm gonna mute a minute because I don't know what Dash is doing. Sis, talk to the guys for a minute. I'm just gonna see what Dash is up to.
Okay. Also, let's not forget prayers for all our family that need it right now. Definitely, guys. Remember, you can always push out love and light to anybody around the world. You just have to concentrate, try and clear your mind, have the person in your mind's eye who you want to help heal, and push out loving energy, healing energy, and positive thoughts, and they will feel it. We do it in the clan chat.
If you give me if you give me a couple of minutes, I'll do a little prayer for the chat anyway. I'll get a candle and we'll do a little prayer thing at the end.
I can't just rhyme off prayers at the top of my head. Sister can. I need it in front of me to read. Yeah, definitely. But we could always meet up somewhere neutral, Gothic, or we could come to you.
Yeah, no.
Anything around your area, we could go visit. Because I don't think you're that far for Sherry. So if you're ever up to it,
there must be.
There
must have been a reason.
Yeah.
There's always a reason to why you randomly drop into chats like this. There's always a reason.
Oh, yes. Yes, Mary's sister just had surgery. Wow, Kim. Definitely pushing out loving energy and healing energy to her.
Yeah, we'll do some prayers. Don't worry, I'll do it because I can do it from the top of my head. Paul sis needs to have a little bit of paper in front of her for
or that would just be gabbing. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not that good at it. Yeah, Uncle Danny's amazing. Uncle Danny, if you don't know if you heard the full live stream Trade Collective, but if you did hear it, you would hear that Uncle Danny has a big part to play in both our journeys. And there's the man there. Yeah, he's had a big part to play in our journeys. For me, he placed a lot of it together. It made me realise that it's not always the spirits and the divine that you have to listen to. It's also the elements around you. It's also like the trees, the colours, the winds, the rain, the sun, the snow. It's all of that you have to listen to. It comes with its own
definitely, Pups. We'll definitely interview Tired. That's really cool.
Ooh,
You're more than welcome.
Yeah,
Let me just write my email in the chat, my email, and you can also get me under Sherry Brett on Facebook, and you can get Drew under Drew's Paranormal Vlog, or you can get her under Adrena Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, but definitely email. So this is the email. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got to...
My daughter and I went to go back to Peterborough at some point, as it's been a hot minute. Last visit was before I had to use mobility aids approximately 2 years ago. I could definitely do something like that. Gothic. Yeah. Yep, Danny
Just hang on a minute, guys.
Shakira. I agree. Thank you, Collective. Means a lot. YouTube doesn't always push out the content that Sister Willow and I do. So it's really helpful to get you guys to subscribe and push it out and things. Thank you.
Right.
My voice is
so I've just put my email. I've just put my email into the room. So if you email me on that, that can be for our interviews for me and Drew. Okay. So anybody that's wanting to come for an interview and wanting to come up, you can be spiritual, you can be a paranormal investigator, a cryptid investigator, a UFO investigator. You can be witches, shamans, any sort of spiritual form. Maybe you're setting up a business, anything. Just email that email or get hold of us on Messenger as well, and we will sort a date and a time out for you.
Definitely, without a doubt.
So I'm going to do a prayer.
I'm going to mute, guys, okay?
So if I just ask everybody to put their hands together or just to close their eyes and to relax, okay? And I want you to think of all of the people that maybe you know that need healing or need some help. Think of them clearly in your mind as I do this prayer, and I will pray in the energies of the Lord and the energies of the mothers, okay? Our Heavenly Father, I come forward to you in this prayer and in this blessing. And I ask you, our Lord Jesus, and I ask you, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, to come forward in this room and to the people that are asking for healing upon themselves and to their family and their friends. May you bring healing of health, healing of mind, body, and soul. May you bring healing of grief, pain, and torment. May you remove all that is of darkness and sadness and illness from souls that seek in your love and your way. And may you heal them to your light, to the holy light, to the light of the universe. I pray to you, Father, our Lord Jesus, and I pray to our mothers, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. With power in my soul and love in my heart, I pray for those within me and before me and before you. I pray for healing to the people. I pray for healing for Sister Luna, which is Mary, that she will heal from her operation. I ask you to be with those waiting for health, waiting for healing, and may you soar within them and heal them and cleanse them. I pray for our world, for our light, and for our way, that father and mothers, you will come forward in your light, you will come forward in your power, and you will come forward in your strength, that you will bless upon your children, that you will bless upon your world, and that only goodness shall reside. Darkness will be laid to rest. Problems, illness, and unneeded things will be no more. I pray to you, our Father, our Lord Jesus, and I pray to our mothers in the holy light, the light of the divine, and I thank thee. Amen. So to Cecilia. Bless to you all, and may you all find that healing, my angels, and your family and friends too. Sis, you're muted.
I had to do it once. I've not done it in a while. That said, that was a good ending to the show. A beautiful prayer. I had to do it. I've not done it in a while.
Yep, it was. Oh, brilliant. She's going to interview us as well. We're more than happy to come up for an interview together with her as well.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So again, as we said, anybody wanting to join us for an interview on a Thursday, please email me and get hold of me and Sister Drew in our messages as well, guys. And anyone wanting us to come on any interviews, just reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to come and join your shows too.
Yeah,
So
sure.
It is just gone for 2 hours now. We are going to say goodnight to you all. We're going to send you lots of love, light and blessings, and may you have a lovely evening and may you all stay safe. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to you joining us for our future shows. And Sister Drew, anything you want to say, my angel?
Yes, just thank you guys for giving us the time tonight to tell you who we are and how we got started in this crazy path. And definitely keep checking out the shows, guys. We've got a lot coming, putting a lot of energy into a lot of new things that we're going to be doing. So I actually appreciate the effort that you make to show up week after week. So thank you.
Yes, we do. We both appreciate it. And thank you, angels, and may you have a pleasant evening. And tune in with us on Sunday for our drumming session. But until then, lots of love, light, and blessings, guys. And we will say goodnight. Blessed be and merry parting.
Hey, bye, guys.